half the field in sun and half the field in shade. So I don't know if that's going to affect anyone looking into the sun coming the way the surge is receiving right now.
Yeah, I think if I'm a puller for the strike, I'm looking to hit that inside out, maybe use the sun to my advantage, have the players look into the sun. It's a small tactic. Could work out, could not. I don't know. But for the surge here, we have on their O-line, we have Rachel Alfano, Sarah Hiranet, Linda Morse, Natalie Bova, Dre DeSabato, I believe that's Emily Shields, and then Grace Maroon.
It's exciting to see Grace starting already. She's just out of high school last year and first year in college at UPenn, and also on the USA U20 team. So quite decorated as a young woman so far.
Yeah, and she has really made an impact early on. I think we're going to see a lot more of Grace Maroon this game. She had a great game against New York, but I think that game was kind of just a tough one for the surge as the strike get ready to pull here. Pull goes up a little over half field. Surge ready to take over. Dre DeSabato with the disc. Looks across to Linda Morse on the close sideline. Back to Dre in the middle, over to Rachel Alfano on the far side. Good flow so far. Had a good cut there from Emily Shields. Decides to go with Grace Maroon underneath. Grace Maroon up the line to Linda. Linda looking for the end zone to Natalie Bova, and that's a goal for the surge.
Easy. Nice and smooth. No turnovers. Love it.
Really great offense, and right off the bat, too. Great flow, great movement. Used both sides of the field.
And the sun didn't really seem to affect them at all. So.
No.
So this is an important game for the Surge because if they win this game, it might solidify their chance for going to the finals weekend.
The Surge are currently sitting at 3-1. The Gridlocker at 4-0. The next best team in third place is Indianapolis Red at 2-2. Minnesota right now is 1-2. If they want to be in contention for the playoffs, they need to at the very least win this game and then go to New York and also win that game tomorrow, which is a tall ask for any team. One thing to note is striker without Sarah Meckstroth today, legend in the game, no doubt. Minnesota's going to be missing her, but they have plenty of other players here, so let's see what their offense can do. As the Surge D gets ready to pull. It's Lane Dodge with the big pull here. Nice and floaty. You see the disc. I believe that's Erica Bacon. Bear with me as I try and find these numbers. We're a little far away from the field. That's number 3, Michaela Daly. Back up to Erica Bacon. Up the field. That's
nice bid.
It's number 2, Stephanie Wood, to Philadelphia legend Danielle Byers with the goal.
It's unfortunate. It looked like they were trapping this side, yet the offense just worked it down that side anyway. So we might have to tweak their defense a little bit to shut that down.
Yeah, so far 2 great, easy holds from both teams. And it's looking like we're going to have ourselves a pretty good game here. I'm getting a little excited.
Yeah.
Sergio will get ready to receive the pull. We have Nikki Tucker-Ross out on the field. Also another notable, a couple notable missing people from the Surge is one, Danielle Walsh. I don't see her name on the roster. I'm not sure where she's at. And we're also missing Lindsay McKenna, who has been nursing a thumb injury on her throwing hand. She had a hard cast on in prior games and was playing, has since got the cast off and is taking her time to make sure she's completely healed up to return, which I think is smart.
Yeah. Don't want to re-injure it right after just starting to heal.
Absolutely. Dre picks up the disc, up the field to Rachel Alfano.
Looks very similar to the last point.
Yep. Emily Shields with the disc now. Up to Grace Maroon, knocking on the doorstep.
Whoa, tough catch.
Wow.
That's jam it down the line there.
Yeah, tight window there. Grace Maroon to Natalie Bova for another goal. And nothing but clean holds here from the team so far.
I think the Surge might miss McKenna because she seems to be the one that kind of opens up their offense for them and throws a lot of deep shots. And they can tend to be a little more conservative when she's not in there. Yeah,
so far we can definitely see that. It does feel a little more boring almost. Which, there's nothing wrong with boring ultimate. It works and it's clean.
Everybody likes a good huck, though.
Yeah, we're going to need to see some highlights so we can start yelling and things like that. Get this crowd on their feet. See the Surge D line getting ready to pull. That's Emily Moeller with the disc going to be pulling. I also see Yana Graham, Emma Soilis, Lane Dodge, Sarah Liang, Raha Mozafari, and Sumi Onoe. Defense, I can't see any Minnesota numbers, but I can tell you that Erica Bacon and Danielle Byers are both out there. I think they're mainstays for this offense. See a nice pull go up. Center to Erica Bacon.
Looks like they're playing a little bit more of a poachy D now.
Definitely worked in clogging up their initiation play. Erica Bacon gets the disc up line. Fakes the huck. Going to throw one anyway to who else but Danielle Byers.
Beautiful grab, yeah.
Nice sliding grab. Danielle Byers, 2 for 2.
Again, getting open on the force side.
Yeah, so it is interesting to see the Surge seem to be working that far side from us to great success, and we see the Minnesota Strike working this close sideline to the same amount of success. Because again, it's 2-2, 10 minutes left, nothing but clean holds.
Crowd is picking up. The crowd's in the shade now too, so they're not feeling the heat as much as they were earlier.
Yeah, it should be noted that it is definitely much hotter on the turf than it is certainly in the booth. Yeah, as Lisa mentioned earlier, about 80 degrees. I'd estimate it's probably closer to 90 on the turf, especially in the sun. But that temperature is dropping as the sun sets. As the Minnesota Strike get ready to pull here. That is number 0, Alicia Carr, with the pull. Dre DeSabato to pick up. Quick toss to Tucker.
Uh-oh.
Try to hit the around a little short there, and now we have a break chance for the Minnesota Strike as Alicia Carr gets ready to pick up the disc.
It's the first time we've seen anyone attack this side of the field. Challenging swing. Drifting away from the cutter.
Yeah, tough throw from Alicia Carr. Looking for Tori Gray there. Can't come down with it. Dre's looking upfield. Hits Emily Shields as Nikki and Jess Hendrickson collide. The center of the field here. The players just kind of collect themselves. I don't think that'll have any impact on the play. I think Emily Shields is going to keep the disc and we'll continue on, but looks like the players are just confirming that with the observers here.
There are 2 Strike players there, so perhaps one of them was picked trying to get to Lane Dodge. I don't know.
Very possible. Seeing the hands being crossed, symboling nothing. No call. Emily Shields taps it in. We're live. Up to Grace Maroon. Again, working that far sideline. Nice around to Dre. Back to Grace Maroon. Good patience from the stack, from the Surge stack there, letting the handlers work. As Tucker hits Sarah Hironet for a goal.
They like that corner of the end zone.
I'll tell you what, the last game I did, the home opener, we were calling that the danger zone because we were trying to hit, both teams were trying to score in that end zone to very little success. Today, that is not the case. Good recovery there to get the disc back.
Yep, after the early turnover.
Yeah, another hold for the Surge. Surge D-line getting ready to pull. Once again, we'll have Emily Muller pulling the disc. I see Sumi Onue, Jess Brand, Kat Harper, Emma Soilis, Raha Muzafari, and Sarah Liang on defense. Believe this is the same strike O-line. Again, it's pretty difficult to see their numbers from up here. Erica Bacon with the disc. Just another legendary handler in the women's division.
Overthrow.
Ooh. That was Stephanie Wood looking for number 53, Emma Poirier, I believe. Just a little overthrown there. Raha will start us off. Pushing to the middle to Sarah Liang. Sarah to Sumi Onue. Sumi pumps up field, finds Raha. Nice little upline cut there. Emma Soilis on the open side, covered by Danielle Byers. That's a fun matchup. Centers it to Raha. Looking deep for Emma. Break chance for the Surge.
Great
Emma's
grab.
going to come down with it.
And we get the spike.
Wow. Emphatic spike there from Emma. She's hyped. The fans are hyped.
First score in this end zone.
Yep. And a very cool dab from Emma Soilis there. Very nice. That's break number 1 for the Surge here. Great start.
That was a pretty long huck from, was that Raha who set that up?
I believe so, if memory serves. So Surge will send their D back out. Look to get another break here. 8 minutes left in the first quarter.
Okay.
If there's one thing I know about this Surge team, it's when they start getting those breaks going, the train starts rolling. It is hard to stop. So let's see if they can keep the momentum going as Lane Dodge will throw up this pool. Seeing a couple new faces here for the strike O line. Alicia Carr with the disc to start. Great mark from Yana. Yana Graham there on the mark. Alicia Carr forced to throw a high stall huck.
Oh.
Emma
Looks like
Soilis
it could have been a
with the
strip.
D. Yeah, foul is being called. Tori Gray calling, I believe she's calling a foul. Also number 9, K-Spa there in the area on defense.
I love the reenactment. It's such a big part of discussion when you have a foul. You got to reenact it for your
Here
opposing player.
we got a replay here. See, K-Spall's the first one on the scene. Emma coming from behind here. Looks like she might have gotten a little bit of Tori Gray's wrist there, making it a little difficult to come down with the catch. If that's the case, I think, yeah, it's probably a foul.
Yep.
Looks like the observers are confirming that call. Our observers are Jackson Dolan, Ben DeForest, Joe Campbell, and Chris Vanny. So Tori Gray will start with the disc here. Surveys the field. Finds number 15, Chelsea Semper. Chelsea Semper to Trying to see her number.
They need to have bigger numbers.
Yeah, I should have brought my binoculars. I don't own binoculars. Once I figure out the number of the person that scored that goal, I will absolutely shout them out. Great work there from the strike to stay composed there through that point, come down with the goal. As we see this replay here of Tori Gray.
The point started out so promising with a really tight mark, and they had to just huck to not get stalled, and then it ended up with a score.
Yeah, really closely contested catch there in the end zone. Emily Muller laying out, great effort, really close it looked like from here. Just couldn't come away with it.
I really feel like the surge looks so much taller than the strike. So I wonder if they can start to maybe use that height advantage.
Yeah, I agree. See the pull go up from the strike. Nikki will start with it, up to Dre. Dre to Sabato. Quarterbacking. Upfield to Linda Morse. Grace Maroon streaking deep. Great cut. Linda decides better, though. Goes to Dre. Back to Linda. Linda Morse over to Nikki Ross. Over to Emily Shields. Far side. Back towards the middle to find Sarah Hironette. Quick dump to Nikki Ross. Straight over to Dre to Sabato. A streaking Emily Shields. Working the disc. Very nice right now with Sergio. Back to the middle to Dre to Sabato. Shooting for the end zone. Has Rachel Alfano there. It's a clap catch goal.
Easy. Nice work. They really used both sides of the field. Dump and swung. Patience.
Yeah, they just look like they're in control the whole time. You see this little sequence here. Just really impressed with the patience from the Surge's cutters in the stack. Looks very, looks like a stack. Most teams, you see a vert stack, might have a couple people cutting at the same time, things like that. I think there's a lot to learn from this team in particular and their offense, especially the one that we're seeing right now.
All right, the train didn't get rolling that time on the last one, but maybe the train will start rolling now.
Maybe they just needed a quick little break. Hopefully that's enough to get them another break. Lane Dodge getting set to pull. Nice pull here, fielded and centered to Erica Bacon. Surge again with this junky defense, but Minnesota Strike finds their way through, finding Michaela Daly wide open. Over to number 5, Stephanie Rupp.
Interesting that they're forcing backhand.
Danielle Byers back to Stephanie Rupp. It's Kayla Daly with the disc. Back to Stephanie Rupp. Minnesota Strike working the disc really well right now. Staying composed and calm, hitting the open receiver. It's number 53, Emma Poirier with the disc on the doorstep.
Let's see if they can avoid getting...
Ooh. Looking for Erica Bacon on the upline cut. Raha Mosfari in the way there, causing a little bit of contact. I think the argument here is, hey, I definitely had to play on that disc. You got in front of my line. I couldn't,
I feel like she was also going for the disc, though, too. So
yeah, I think
she has a right to that same space.
Yeah, it was definitely in Erica's blind side. But the line, both of their lines, the lines they were taking, they were bound to meet each other.
That was much better D on the Surge's part because they didn't leave someone wide open on the side they were forcing there at that point. So that was a good improvement.
Okay, so no call here. Raha's going to get set to pick up the disc.
Get to take it the whole length of the field.
Sarah Liang lined up as her dump. Going to find an open Emma Soilis in the middle of the field. Emma pumps, then finds Sumi Onoi. Dumps to Sarah Liang. Sarah up the field to a wide open Kat Harper. Kat Harper had Jess Brand running deep, decides not to throw it. Back over to Sarah Liang on the far side. Up the field to Lane Dodge. Sumi Onoi with a nice grab there to save possession. A couple of Surge players in the area. Erica Bacon's in the area.
Raha
Sarah
did
Liang.
that really well.
Yep, Sarah Liang with the catch. The assist to Sumi Onoi.
Yeah, Raha saved that point for sure.
Yeah. And there's the break train. Let's see if it starts rolling up here again.
Yeah, the Surge looked pretty solid. There was just that one little iffy throw, and they took care of it.
As we see this replay here. Nice one-handed grab from Sumi. A little bit of confusion here on this dump throw. Yeah, Raha coming down big with that.
I really like the way she used her body to get in between the defender and the disc, so that the only way the defender could get it would be to foul her. So
right.
She's a wily veteran. She knows what she's doing.
Absolutely. Another just Philadelphia legend.
Four minutes left in this quarter.
It feels like it's going slow.
It does.
Time seems to be moving slow here. As we see the pull from, I believe that was Emily Muller. This one going to sail out of bounds and under the stands. But we have backup frisbees for that, so no worries. Looks like Alicia Carr with the disc. Start this off with a strike. Again, new faces here on this offense. Over here to the sidelines, number 15, Chelsea Semper. Ooh.
Forced a turnover and a nice mark there.
Yeah, it's Kat Harper with a good mark to make that throw really difficult. Surge will start their break chance here. To Sumi, up to Kat Harper with the disc. Easy dump to Raha. Finds Emma. Ooh, Emma goes down. Looked like she was clutching at maybe her hamstring or...
Maybe her Achilles?
Yeah, Achilles. Oh, I think she might have got a flat tire there.
Ankle, perhaps?
Good on her to secure the grab. We hope she's okay. She talks with trainer Josh McCoon there. Lane Dodge will sub in for her, pick up the disc. I believe that's Tori Gray on the mark. Good initial seal of the round, but Lane is still able to get it off, and Raha just overshoots Sarah Liang by just a skosh. So Minnesota Strike will pick up the disc and give it another go. I believe that's Rachel Johnson picking up here.
I like the pressure they're putting on the front of the offense here with their two marks. Kind of like a half of a cup almost. Yeah,
I think this is sort of a diamond look here. I guess more of a triangle it looks like with Kat Harper. I believe that's Caroline Weinberg, sorry. On defense, of course.
Oh, that was a nice find. Here comes the huck. Looks too far in front.
Yep, a little too far on that huck for the strike.
I like the idea.
That's 45 Emery Olapolek. Emily Muller picking up the disc. Good contested grab from Sumi Onoi. Up the field, finds Raha Mozafari on the sideline. Raha's going to shoot, looking for Caroline Weinberg. Two-handed grab. Nice throw out to space for Lane Dodge. Oh.
Whoa, she made it exciting.
A little bit of embarrassment there from Lage. Like, oh, don't look at me, don't look at me. A little kick spike. It's all right, Lane. You came down with the grab. That's all that matters. A goal is a goal. Surge are up now 7-3 with 1:42 left in the first quarter.
Feels like both offenses are opening up a little bit more, not quite as conservative as we saw in the first couple points.
Yeah. I think, in most Ultimate games, I find it takes a point or two for most teams to kind of get their bearings and get to know the other team that they're playing. Probably more so than anything else. See what's the defense is giving, what they're taking away, things like that.
It feels like the junk D that Surge is playing is giving the Strike some trouble. Yeah,
I would say so. As we see a couple breaks here. So shout out to defensive coach Dave Baer there. Not making it easy for the Strike offense. You see a replay here of Raha's flick huck deep to Caroline Weinberg. Nice grab.
When she first put this off, I was worried it was too far in front of Lane, but it worked.
Yeah, good angle on the throw. Plenty of space to throw to. Works out. Erica Bacon with the disc. Gonna find Michaela Daly. Back to Erica Bacon through the little zone here. Back to Michaela Daly. Back to Erica Bacon.
They've got the young Grace Maroon on the mark there.
It's number 2, Stephanie Wood with the disc. Over to Danielle Byers. Far side.
Oh.
Close one from Grace Maroon.
They're making her work hard for this.
Stephanie Rupp with the disc. Good backhand break. Finds Danielle Byers. Good handler dump defense there from Allie Milligan.
Nice one-handed grab.
Michaela Daly with the disc. Finds number 2, Stephanie Wood. And another goal for Danielle Byers.
The Strike really was more careful that time and took their time, patience.
Yeah, I think that's certainly going to be necessary here to beat this junk. And I would be surprised if the Surge go back to the junk again, this quarter at least. I think just for the sake of switching things up, you throw the junk out there, it's working. Now that it's not working, maybe switch back and keep that back and keep that in your bag for later on.
Yep, it's a good strategy.
Yeah, really just attacking the break side there effectively for the Strike. .4 seconds left. Strike on defense here. We are operating on final possession rules here, so once time expires in this quarter, whoever has the disc has one opportunity to score. We do not adhere to the buzzer beater policy until the fourth quarter. Just something to keep in mind. I believe that was Alicia Carr again with the pull. Good pull. Dre DeSabato, quick movement here. Get to the far sideline with Rachel Alfano. Strike sticking to a person defense here. Good help from Nikki Ross to open up a dump there for Rachel Alfano. Over to Dre DeSabato. Quick work back to Nikki. Another quick little toss to Linda. Linda's going to pump the huck. Back to Nikki. Ooh, and just a low throw. Can't connect with Dre there. Strike have an opportunity here to break to end the quarter.
Let's hope that Surge puts the hammer down here on the D.
Immediately Striker attacking the break space. That's number 21, Sarah Moonshine with the disc. Ooh, little miscommunication there. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Surge stay up 7-4, able to hold on there at the end.
It's unfortunate they couldn't get that extra goal and make it 8-4, but
yeah. Valiant effort nonetheless. I'm going to take this time to give a shout out to some of our local sponsors here. The first of that being PATA. You enjoying the action? You too can be an ultimate player with the Philadelphia Area Disc Alliance. Since 1985, PATA has been running co-ed recreational ultimate leagues throughout the year in Philadelphia, Delaware, Chester County, and South Jersey. Join the fun at pata.org.
Also going to give a shout out to Aquavita. Aquavita offers classes that combine stand-up paddleboarding with yoga, fitness, and more, featuring fun themes, styles, and tunes for the ultimate test of balance. Classes are available outdoor at the waterfront in Penn's Landing and indoors at Level 28 building in University City. Learn more or sign up for a class at aquavita.com and use code SURGE for a 10% discount.
All right, so 7-4 here as we have about a minute or so until the next quarter starts. What are some of your initial thoughts on the surge, the strike? How are you feeling? New field complex, Lisa. We're live out here. What's going on? How are you doing?
I'm excited. This is my first chance to see them live. I'm a high school coach, and every one of the other home games, we also had a tournament on the same weekend, so I didn't get a chance to come out. And it's beautiful. I really like this venue, right in University City, Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia. So easy to get to from all sides of the city.
So we'll just take another minute here to let you know that this live broadcast is brought to you by the Premier Ultimate League. The PUL is a 501c6 nonprofit. This league has been community funded since day one, and we are so grateful for the support. We ask that you consider donating to help us continue to transform and fulfill our mission. Head to premierultimate.com to donate today. So as we get ready to return to action here, Philadelphia Surge will start on defense. And the strike will be on O. Their O-line consists of number 4, Erica Bacon, number 28, Emma Peasley, number 3, Michaela Daly.
Now you can't see the numbers.
I believe I saw number 5, Stephanie Rupp, out there. I know I see Danielle Byers out there. And yeah, I really did try my best to memorize all the numbers. And then I started reading them, and it just, goldfish brains, so. D-line for the Surge, we have Sumi Onoi, Yana Graham, I'm going from right to left, Raha Mozafari, Emma Soilis, Emily Moeller will be pulling, Sarah Liang, and Lane Dodge.
So this is Sarah Liang's first year, right?
Yes, she is a Surge rookie. I believe she's from the Pittsburgh area, one of the out-of-Philadelphia transplants that we have here.
She seems like she's had a good season so far.
Yes, she very
Strong
much
showing.
has. Absolutely. So we see the strike struggle to complete one of their first throws. And to be able to come in as a D-line handler and make an impact it says a lot about, your caliber as a player, I think.
Yes.
Certainly probably the hardest position in the game. Of course, that's up for debate. But Emily Muller with the disc in the center of the field.
Are you a D-line handler, Sean?
I've dabbled. I like to think of myself as a hybrid, but...
Oh, got a hand block there.
That's number 5, Stephanie Rupp with the hand block on Sumi Onoi. Strike get another chance to hold here. Erica Bacon's going to pick up. Danielle Byers going deep. Oh, little strip there. It's number 28, Emma Peasley. No contest, obviously.
I want to see them successfully protect this line and not get beat on the side that they're forcing. versus home.
Good no-around mark there from Emily Muller. Yana's going to flash in front. The huck's going to go up anyway. Lane dodge is there. Can't make a play on it. That's number 53, Emma Poirier, with the goal. Good grab from Emma there.
Lane was in the right spot. It was just a perfectly placed throw. She
Yeah.
didn't really do much about it.
Yep. So it's 7-5 now. Strike are still within striking distance, I would
Indeed.
say. 10 minutes, 28 seconds left. We'll take a look at this replay here. Good presence of mind here from Yana to immediately flash flat. But Erica Bacon is just a veteran of the game. So if she wants to throw deep with perfect precision, she's going to.
Yep, that was very nicely placed. And the thrower got it off despite the strike from the defender.
Yeah, I think Yana maybe flashed for like 1 second instead of maybe 2 or 3. You kind of see her shift just a little bit to the inside, and that's more than enough room for Erica Bacon to make that throw. Strike getting ready to pull here. Grace Maroon going to pick up and center to Dre DeSabato. See Natalie Bova in the initiating space. Good defense from the strike, though, to shut it down. Ooh.
Tough grab. Very low to the ground.
Yep. Good bid from Sarah Hironette. Can't come down with it. And I feel like we'd be remiss to not, acknowledge how much value that Danielle Walsh has as a handler on this Surge O-line. As a striker working up the field, it's number 55, Courtney Walby, with the disc on the end zone line. Looking upfield, hits a nice backhand break around. This one's called not in. It's Tori Gray with the disc. Little outside in flick to space, but nobody there. So Surge O-line getting a little lucky here.
Yeah, they did get lucky. She made a great grab and just couldn't have the patience to wait for the right cut.
Yeah. It's tough especially when you have two cutters cutting at the same time there. Surge back on no. Grace Maroon now in a handling position. Nice upline from her. She's got a deep. Oh, she had Rachel Alfano deep, but
She really thought about it, too.
I think that's a good mark from Courtney Walby to shut it down. You see the disc move to the far side to Rachel Alfano. Good job continuing that deep cut into a.
Oh, no. Dre just lost focus there for a second.
Very uncharacteristic of Dre DeSabato. And here I think this is a very good timeout call from the Minnesota Strike. Get your O-line back in, because this is a very pivotal point here. This will put you in within one if you can score this goal.
Yeah, good move.
So, we'll give a shout out to their Minnesota Strike coaches, Doobie Helm, Donnie Wood, and Genghis Phillip here. Not sure which one of them made the timeout call, or if it was all three, but good on them in doing so. This is crucial.
And it looks like the Surge replaced their whole line as well.
Yep, you see their D-line coming out. Just a standard vert stack setup here with
a little bit of a diagonal to it.
Yeah. No dump to start. At least a traditional dump. I feel like we know that number 3, Michaela Daly, is Erica Bacon's dump here, at least the first look. Yana Graham getting set up to mark. Quick up the field to number 2, Stephanie Wood.
They're trying to do a straight up mark, perhaps.
Yep.
A little bit towards home now. Nice break.
Good mark from Jess Brand there, pushing that throw out wide. Leave that Stephanie Rupp over to Stephanie Wood. Looks like we have a call away from the disc here. Looks like a foul, uncontested. I don't think it has any effect on the position of the disc right now. So that will stay with Stephanie Wood, or maybe not. Guess I'm wrong. So back to number 5, Stephanie Rupp instead.
Knocking at the door here.
Over to Michaela Daly. Ooh, Jess Brand hunting there. Stephanie Wood looking to Erica Bacon to the end zone, and that's a goal.
Wow, they're coming back. Storming back.
Really good timeout call there from the strike. Switching in their O-line, obviously securing the bag, getting that goal, and putting themselves within 1.
Here's the replay. Just a lot of nice open, taking what was given.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little nervous here for the Surge.
Yeah, as Surge fans, I know we're supposed to be unbiased up here in the booth, but look, we're from Philadelphia. We're going to be rooting for them. It is a little scary on defense to see people that open.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Seemed like they had a good thing going with their junk, and they just need to try something new, maybe, and get them off kilter again.
It's Alicia Carr with the pull here. Surge O-line back out. Nikki Ross with the disc over to Dre DeSabato.
Feels like the strike have newfound energy here.
Yep. Chalfano finds Linda Morris. She's going to shoot deep looking for Grace Maroon. Nice grab.
That was amazing.
Wow.
Contested.
What an answer. Grace Maroon making a name for herself in the pro leagues, in the college leagues, in the high school leagues.
At all levels.
In your local league. Wow, what an incredible grab as we'll watch this replay again. Linda, no hesitation, across the field.
Knowing your receiver.
Absolutely. There was a second there where I was like, whoa, she didn't catch it just because of the angle that we have, but wow, what a great grab from Grace Maroon there.
I got to coach Grace when she was a U17 player. She's been amazing from a young age, so it's so great to see her make it, just keep making it at the next level and the next level and the next level.
Yeah. What a treat. What a treat.
Well, hopefully that gets the Surge fired up, and
yeah.
The D is going to come out with renewed energy here.
I hope so. I know the fans are definitely have their energy renewed. They've been here for a long day, but they're still out here. And I'll say it, there are more fans here now than there were for the Phoenix game. I don't know what that means, but it's worth noting. This pull will go out of bounds. Michaela Daly will start with the disc. Raha on the mark. Finds Danielle Byers on this close sideline here. Dumps to Stephanie Rupp. Nice sliding grab there from Michaela Daly. Again, we're seeing these open side unders are pretty open for the strike here. Stephanie Rupp with the disc. Over to Stephanie Wood. Yana with a flat mark. Maybe shaded slightly toward the away sideline. Danielle Byers with the disc on the far side, covered by Emma Soilis. Quick flip up the field. I'm not 100% sure who that is, but it's a nice inside flick to Erica Bacon. Again, on the doorstep. I believe that's Emma Peasley with the disc.
Raha was trying to poach in that area, but they just got it over her.
Yeah, nice bendy outside in flick there. And once I get that number, I'm going to call you out. I'm going to give you a shout out.
Now this game is close. 8-7. 6 minutes to go in the period. Raha did dissuade them from throwing into that space quite a few times, but then she just got a little bit too close to the thrower and they snuck someone in behind her.
That was number 53, Emma Poirier, that came down with the goal. Good job on her to just find the open space. Great throw from Emma Peasley to really kind of bust open that junk look there on the end zone. So like you said, was effective to start, but if you're not communicating with the rest of your defense, there will be loopholes.
Yes. And it isn't very windy either, so it's hard to really be super effective when you're poaching and there's not wind to help you have time to catch up.
Good pull here from the strike. Nikki starts off with the disc, centers it to Dre. Dre backhand around to Sarah Huronette. Emily Shields, who's been relatively quiet so far this game, making some good cuts in the cutter space as Grace Maroon has the disc. Centers it back to Dre DeSabato. Dre finds Natalie Bova. There's Emily Shields. Quick dishy to Dre DeSabato. Dre puts out a nice flick to find Natalie Bova. Or should I say Natalie Sands, recently married. Dre DeSabato looking upfield, finds Grace Maroon.
Oh, she wanted to put that, holstered it. Nice around.
Yeah, great break throw from Grace Maroon. Another inside shot here from Dre DeSabato. Finds Sarah Huronette about 10, 15 yards outside of the end zone. Nice grab from Dre to secure the possession there. Keep it alive. Finds Grace Maroon up the field.
Another good break from Grace.
Dumps it to Nikki, who finds Rachel Alfano in the end zone.
Great patience by the Surge to really take what they had and break to make space on the other side of the field. So you were mentioning that the stands were so much fuller. It feels like women's sports are really having a moment right now with Caitlin Clark and the WNBA, and now with the Olympics coming up, and everybody gets super excited for the U.S. women's soccer team. Feels like people are finally starting to recognize the value of women's sports.
Yeah, I agree completely. I mean, I don't really watch too many sports in general outside of like NFL football and Frisbee, but I'm just a lover of the game of Ultimate. I love watching good Ultimate in general, and I think, like you said, I mean, you're right now a high school coach for a girls team. Is there anything like that you've noticed since maybe the PUL has come into fruition here? That are there like fans? Are your kids here now?
Yeah, definitely. They all come out whenever they can. Like I said, we've had a lot of tournaments on the same weekends, same days. But a lot of them left the tournament, didn't go home, didn't shower, and came right to the game so that they could watch.
That's awesome. Right? We know how important it is to have, some
role models.
Exactly. Yes, as an errant throw to start the strike offense off, just turfed it. Big error on their part. Surge looking to break here. Emily Moeller with the disc on the break side. On the far side, I should say. I'm sorry. Nice inside shot. Emma Soilis with the goal.
I love a good inside-out flick. My go-to throw in the end zone.
Yeah?
Yeah, favorite throw.
Wow. So,
all right, starting to feel like they're pulling away a little bit again.
Got 4:20 left here in the second quarter. Surge are up 10-7.
Momentum feels like it's swung back to the Surge a little bit.
I agree. So we see the D-line out here again. That point really did just feel like a gift.
Especially they turned it over so close to our end zone.
Yeah, and with no pressure, just a botched throw can be a little bit demoralizing, not just for the players, that are on the field at that time for the strike. But, you know, the sideline can sometimes get a little down on themselves, or you know how it goes.
Yeah.
Emily Muller here looking to start the pull off. Nice pull.
Deep pull. One of the best of the night so far.
Kayla Daly going to center it to Stephanie Rupp. Stephanie Rupp finds Danielle Byers.
Nice mark.
Good mark from Emma. Shutting down all of Danielle's looks there, making it really difficult for her. Surge once again. Looking to break is Sarah Liang with the disc on the close sideline. Finds Raha in the middle. Just a little handler movement here from Raha and Sarah. Emily Muller now in the mix.
A little bit of a dominator going on here with the three of them.
A little bit, yeah. Great use of the space. Just Brand pointing for the disc in the end zone. Instead, it's going to be Emily Muller. I see
like
symbols for the pick. Yep.
I've been trying to teach my high school girls all the symbols because it's so much clearer from the sideline to understand what's going on when people use the symbols.
Yeah, especially spectators, too. It's super helpful to know what's going on. Raha will tap this disc back in. Looks again to the break side. Worked the first time. It's going to work a second time. Emily Muller with the goal and the head spike.
Feels like momentum is fully swung now towards the surge.
Yeah. And I think really a big thing for probably any Philadelphia team is like having that home field advantage.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that really, you know, it didn't, obviously, you know, when Surge is away at Gridlock, they have very little fan base there to kind of cheer them on. And I think these players, you know, really feed off the fan energy, especially when you have this big of a crowd. It's very easy to feed off of, especially when they're so loud. You know, to go away and not have that, it almost feels like something's missing.
And also probably their hardest game of the whole season, too.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
About 3 minutes left before the half.
Looks like we have Allie Milligan looking to pull here.
Oh, false start.
Okay.
Everybody's got to take a couple steps back.
Solid pull from Allie Milligan. It's the striker quick to advance the disc. Alicia Carr with the disc in the center. Again, we see this junky look here. Kat Harper on the mark. Foul called. What would you call this? A junk? A zone?
Yeah, I feel like it's a junk because Somi Onoe is, you know, putting her back to the disc oftentimes and just focusing on players running into her area.
See a nice hammer come up here. Ooh, K-Spot in the area. Can't break it up. It's number 47, Tori Gray with the disc around to Rachel Johnson. Up the field. Back to Rachel Johnson. Another little flick shot there.
Ooh, she pointed.
Tori Gray pointing deep. It's 49, Ellie. Far side, Austin guard.
She said, I want you there. Go.
Look at that. And it works.
It was an interesting, it felt like it should have been a backhand, but it was kind of a bladey flick, but it worked.
Yeah, let's take another look at it.
Kind of went over the defender.
We call that the fade.
Yeah, interesting choice, but successful.
The space is there. I mean, you know, there can be an argument made that maybe a backhand would give the defender a little bit more time.
Maybe.
It's a harder angle when you throw that outside in flick. It's hard, maybe a little harder for the defender to make a play, or at the very least a read on it.
Mm-hmm.
So we are now completely enshrouded in shade here. As the sun is setting, the lights are on here at Vitus Field. The vibes feel pretty electric. As Surge is getting ready to receive the pull here. Courtney Walby with the pull. This one's going to float nicely. About 75% of the way down the field. Dre and Nikki. Playing a little quick dishes with each other there.
Surge in a vert stack. Oh, ooh. Challenging.
It's like a little miscommunication there. Grace Maroon looked to kind of hesitate on her cut.
Oh, they're calling another timeout, making
right
the swap.
Yeah, another pretty good timeout call here from the strike. Get your O-line in. You're about, let's say, 35, 40 yards out of the end zone. Try and get another score here. Bring this game back within 2 with 1:53 left here.
And as you mentioned earlier, this game is super important for the strike. They really need it to even be in the running for the finals weekend. So they're going to take every chance they can to get every point they can.
Yeah, I think the strike don't win this game tonight. I think there's a very good chance that they don't make playoffs. Obviously, nothing's ever set in stone, and the playoff rules have changed since last year, thankfully. So the top 2 teams in each division will make it to playoffs, as opposed to whatever it was that happened last year.
Yeah, that was crazy.
We'll just leave that in the past since the Surge defense comes out here to meet the Strike's offense out of the timeout. Michaela Daly with the disc, marked by Yana Graham. Everyone signals readiness. Stephanie Wu with the initiating cut. Looked off to find Danielle Byers. Danielle centers to Erica Bacon. Erica Bacon with that flick shot over to Emma Peasley. Emma Peasley to Stephanie Rupp. To Michaela Daly. Now working closer to this side. Back to Emma Peasley. Couple fakes. Back to Michaela Daly. Up the field to Danielle Byers. Good flow here from the strike offense.
And patience.
Yes. See Danielle Byers think better of trying to hit that backhand around after getting point blocked from Emma Soilis a couple points ago. Emma Peasley with the disc in the center of the field here. Strike taking their time. It's Danielle Byers on the far side. Lane Dodge now has this assignment. Quick dish to Emma Peasley.
Yes!
Wow. Kat Harper with the layout grab. What a D there. Surger going. I see Yana Graham striking deep. Sumi Onoe up the field to Emma Soilis. 26 seconds left. Oh!
And block.
Wow.
Out of bounds.
Wow.
I think she telegraphed that a little bit too much.
Yeah, Emma was winding up for a big flick hook there, and Emma Peasley just gets a hand on it, completely blocks it, goes out of bounds. Erica Bacon to start us off here for the strike. Dumps back to Michaela Daly, over to Erica Bacon. This is the last possession. Stephanie Wu with the disc on the far side. Finds Erica Bacon over the head of Sarah Liang. Stephanie Wood over to Danielle Byers. It's going to shoot deep here. Emma Soilis is there.
Oh! Both misread it a little bit.
Yep. A little Emma on Emma action there as Emma Soilis jumps a little early. Probably getting in the way for Emma Peasley to make it even harder for her to read there.
Yeah, she's super tall, so hard to see around too, and the disc is in the air.
So that'll be halftime here for us. Surge are up 11-8. And
it's been a back and forth. I mean, the strike are not going away, so I don't think they can. I don't think the Surge can take it easy. They really have to push through this second half and keep focused.
Yeah. So we are probably going to head over to break now shortly. When we get back, we'll continue with some more action here at Vitus Field for the Philadelphia Surge versus Minnesota Strike.
started working with Gina because we had heard nothing but good things from our friends that had worked buying and selling homes with her already. She's very knowledgeable. When you go through the home, you know that she is looking for things that you might not think of. She'll get her little phone flashlight out and look at the ceiling in the basement to check the electrical work for you. She knows resale value of homes. So when you're buying, what to consider. She'll look at the interior aspects, exterior aspects. You can just tell she's very knowledgeable and has done this for many years. We are proud to have Gina Weary as a sponsor and official realtor of the Philadelphia Surge. We are very appreciative of the support she's given us so far and the support that she gives the Philadelphia Ultimate community.
Very honored to sponsor Surge, to be a part of this growth in women's professional ultimate. It's very near and dear to my heart. It's great to see, since I started playing in 1990, which is a long time ago, to see this develop, it is kind of a dream.
Welcome back to Vitus Field here for the Philadelphia Surge Minnesota Strike game. It is currently 11-8, and myself and Lisa are here with you to read you more ads. So first up, we have More Than Movement with Nick Perugini. More Than Movement is a proud game day sponsor of the Philadelphia Surge and the official training partner for our team. MTM is a physical therapy and sports performance practice located in Northern Liberties. Nick Perugini, owner of MTM, is a doctor of physical therapy and has been working with athletes across Philadelphia, including more than 50 elite ultimate players since 2018. Nick is passionate about helping people from all walks of life get back to things they love or raise their performance to the next level. Schedule a free one-on-one consultation at morethanmovement.com. That's morethanmvmt.com. And come check out the expanded home of MTM in Northern Liberties neighborhood of Philadelphia.
We also want to shout out Dr. Raha Mozaffari. She is a dentist. Dr. M, as she's referred to by her clients, has been practicing dentistry since 2013. She recently purchased her own practice at Fishtown Dentistry in 2021 and has been serving the Philadelphia Ultimate Community's teeth and smiles for years. Raha and her team are accepting new clients at their Fishtown location. Find out more at fishtowndentistry.com and give one of her lovely patient coordinators, Lisa or Jordan, a call or shoot them a text at 215-739-2543. If you can't find Raha in the office, catch her on the field repping number 4.
And we also have My Best Birthday. My Best Birthday is a proud game day sponsor of Surge. Hosts Reed DeSabato, Matt Cariaci, and Jason Worley are your one-stop for hosting the best events for you, your family, and your friends. They offer archery tag, DJ, dance parties, inflatables, Nerf battles, sports and game parties, tactical laser tag, and more. My Best Birthday is here tonight helping host and entertain you and your families. You can see their bounce houses to the left end zone down there. And you can find Reed or Matt tonight or book your best event at mybestbday.org. It's mybestbday.org.
It looks like it was a fun halftime for the fans. There were a lot of line dancing going on, the Macarena maybe, and the wobble.
The wobble. Yeah, if you haven't had a chance to make it out to Vitus Field Complex yet to see the Surge and play, hopefully you will be able to do so because Championship Weekend is going to be hosted here in Philadelphia. And as long as the Surge win here tonight and at Portland, I believe next weekend on the 8th, I think that should secure their spot for playoffs.
I'm super excited for the playoff weekend to be here. I think it's going to be great for the fans, exciting, so much fun. So
yeah, I think especially you, Lisa, you can kind of attest to how big Philadelphia has been, and not just the Philadelphia Ultimate scene, but like the Ultimate scene as a whole across the country. And I think it's going to be really great for other teams and their fans to kind of experience the Philadelphia fandom that we have, because it's really quite. It's not like anything else in any other city. We do have the best fans. We are allowed to say that because it is a
We're
fact.
not biased in any way.
No. Not at all. We're just objectively speaking here.
And also, with PATA, thousands of people play Ultimate in the Philadelphia area, so there's a lot of really knowledgeable fans who understand and appreciate the game.
Yeah. From all walks of life, too. So we get set here to start the second half. Looks like the Strike will be pulling to the Surge. What type of adjustments do you think the Strike need to make, either offensively or defensively? You can kind of take your pick with this one.
It seems like they have been throwing away a lot of passes on really tough marks from the Surge, so maybe they need to work out, a better strategy for a reset so that they're not under such pressure. The wind has completely died down. Like the flag is limp right now, so I don't think there's much wind to contend with. So they should be able to get a reset off, you would think.
Yeah, I agree completely. It's one of those things where if you don't have a reliable reset system, your offense is going to struggle.
Yes.
And we've even seen some of that for the Surge here early on, but Trey DeSabito will find Grace Maroon on a contested catch there. Grace up the field.
That player had only laid out. They might have gotten that.
Absolutely. Linda's going to look deep for Natalie Bova, but
wow.
Sarah Hiranet is going to come down with the one-handed grab.
Over the top.
Great catch from Sarah. Natalie Bova working hard there. Comes down with the goal. There you go. Natalie Bova, Natalie Sands. She told me not to call her Natalie Sands on stream, but
punched it in. That was very nice.
Great goal there. Good start from the Surge. Score is now 12-8, a quick score as well. So I think if you're the Strike, you're like, well, yeah, they scored, but at least it was fast. Because you need all the time you can get here. As their O-line gets ready to go down the field here to see what they can do.
I would love to see a replay of that first catch over the top.
Sarah Hiranet's catch. Here we go. Yeah,
beautiful.
Wow.
Didn't touch her, just snatched it out of the air.
Great patience here, surveying the whole field. Natalie Bova coming down with it. The back of her jersey does say Bova. I'll stick to Bova for the rest of the stream. It's a good pull here comes up. Michaela Daly will field it, complete the centering pass to Erica Bacon. And we see Raha kind of poaching there. A little bit of collision, but no big deal. We move on. Up the field, I believe that's Stephanie Wood with the disc. Ooh, great defense from Sumi on the way to break that up. Surge look to attack on defense from the... We're on defense now. We're looking for a break here. Tiana Graham gets the disc. Dumps back to Raha Mozafari. Finds Kat Harper on the far side. Pump Sumi.
Give Sumi the bookends here.
Ooh, timeout called from the Surge. No bookends for Sumi, unfortunately.
They're going to swap in their offense, huh?
Looks like it. How do we feel about this timeout call?
I don't know. It just doesn't feel like they really needed it. So early in the half, and their D-line has been scoring pretty successfully.
Yeah, it did feel like this one does feel like one that kind of stops momentum, a favorable momentum.
Yeah.
But that's why we're up here and the coaches are down there. Maybe they saw something different here as they are going to sub in the O-line. Strike now gets their D-line out there.
I have a question. I don't know the answer to this. When you sub in, does the count reset to 0 on the mark?
Good question. I'm going to go with yes.
It seems like it would make sense too, because it's a totally new set of players.
Yeah, we'll have to get a rules check on that. We'll have our rules guy up here in the booth check that out for us. We don't have a rules guy up in the booth.
I wish we did.
There's Dre DeSabato. Starts with the disc. Nice backhand around. Finds Natalie Bova. Wow. Great pump fake from Natalie Bova. Puts her defender on the ground. Ooh. It's Rachel Alfano to Emily Shields for the goal. Past a bidding defender.
Exciting.
Great bid there. I believe, I want to say that's Ellie Fireside Austin guard that laid out there to make the bid. Again, can't really see the numbers.
Here's the replay.
This fake from Natalie Bova. Ooh. I mean, good job on the defender. You know, shut that throw down, but at the end of the day, it just doesn't matter.
Left everything else open.
Yep. So apparently we do have a rules guy. Not in booth, but they're in my ear. So on a timeout, the stall count does reset. So shout out to Justin, our rules guy.
Thank you very much.
Rules guy and producer today for this show. This live stream here as Emily Muller pulls the disc. Nice floaty one. Sarah Liang booking down the field.
Almost ran past the thrower.
Yep, almost right by Erica Bacon, able to get a nice flick off to the far side. I want to say it's Emma Peasley, but don't quote me on it. Nice inside backhand, finds Erica Bacon, but looks like a stall might have been called.
That's what the signal means.
A little bit of discussion here between Emily and Emma Peasley. Looks like it is going to be contested.
Coming in on stalling 8.
Oh. Okay, so I believe the observers overruled it. Erica Bacon will start with the disc. Up the field to number 53, Emma Poirier. Finds Stephanie Wood looking for the end zone. Oh! Danielle Byers just can't come down with that one. A little too quick, perhaps. A little too much pace.
Yeah, a lot of pace and also high. All right, let's see what the Surge can do. Having to work at full field.
Raha starting things off. Good cut from Emily Muller to kind of clear out some space and get this offense moving. So we see a pick called. Middle of the field, well before the throw. Raha with the disc. I'm guessing it's relatively early in the stall count. The observer just making sure. Yep, looks like it's coming in on 2. Raha taps it in. Finds Emily Muller on the sideline. Emily to Emma Soilis. Emma inside shot to Raha. Raha with another inside backhand. Looking for Yana Graham deep in the end zone. Oh.
It looked like Yana was having a little hard time reading it.
Yeah, tough read there for Yana. Can't come down with it. Good defense there from Stephanie Wood.
It's those ones that go right over your head. You need it to the left or to the right, but when it's straight over your head, it's kind of hard to read it.
Yeah. Trying to get yourself in position for that can definitely be tricky. As Erica Bacon with the disc finds Danielle Byers. Another stoppage here. Looks like Danielle's calling a foul. Guess didn't really like the contact there. Not particularly sure. Stephanie Rupp, the disc. It's a flick over to 53, Emma Poirier. Up to Stephanie Wood.
Nice
Stephanie
break.
Wood, yeah, breaks the mark, finds Michaela Daly, over to Erica Bacon, inside shot to Danielle Byers. Pumps upfield, looking for a dump. Has Michaela Daly. Over to Emma Poirier. Emma's there to shut that one down.
A little ill-advised there.
It's tough because you have probably one of your favorite deep cutters going deep, but you have one of the best
Defenders.
deep defenders also going deep. As Surge take another timeout here. I can't imagine there's more than 2 timeouts a half. I don't know if my rules guy is still in there. maybe he can double check.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that either.
But it was correct. 2 timeouts a half. Again, shout out to Justin.
So they've already used their two timeouts this early. It seems.
Yeah, with only 6 minutes, 57 seconds left in third, you do have a lead here. If you score this goal, you have a 9,
6
10,
point.
11, 4-point lead. Is it 6?
It's 6, yes.
A 6-point lead, which, is definitely worth it. But
Thank
again,
goodness one of us was a math major in college.
Yeah, no, I'm not too good at math. But, if it gets down to it, if it starts getting closer in the fourth quarter, there's still plenty of time here for a strike to make this into a closer game. And if it gets down to the nitty-gritty in the fourth quarter, you don't have any timeouts, you might be...
I mean, as a coach, I would be holding on to one of them. I wouldn't feel comfortable using both this early.
And I do think that this timeout call actually came from Emma, so...
Oh, that's true. Maybe it didn't come from the coaches.
Yeah. We'll see how this plays out then. This could be an interesting storyline to follow as we finish out this game. Like I said, 6 minutes, 57 seconds left. Dre DeSabato with the disc. Nice initiating cut from Natalie Bova. All of the cuts have been shut down except for Linda Morris's cut. Linda Morris with the disc. Finds Emily Shields. Ooh, good pressure there on defense. Natalie Bova comes down with it anyway. Finds Dre DeSabato.
It feels like the Strike are really putting the pressure on here. They know that they need to keep this from getting scored. They're going to be down 6. It's a lot.
Yep. Looks like another pig call. Another big name that we're missing here for the Surge that just jumped into my head is Liz Hart, a very dominant downfield defender and cutter. Definitely a player, an athlete that the Surge are missing here for sure. But next person up mentality, Grace Maroon with the disc on the far side. We haven't advanced too far down the field yet. Maybe 5 or so yards. Grace Maroon, high stall throwing deep. Couple of players in the area.
Yes.
Emily Shields with the Statue of Liberty grab. Saving possession. Quick dump back to Dre. Over to Nikki. Nikki back to Dre. Back to Nikki. Back to Dre. Good handler movement. Finds Natalie Bova. Ooh. Nice bid from the strike defender. Going to go down with an injury, though.
The pressure that they're applying is really strong, and I think it's the Surge are reacting well to it.
Yeah. So we see an injury sub come in. Nikki Tucker-Ross is going to sub out. Rachel Alfano will come in. Linda Morse with the disc. And we are live. That was number 45, Emery Olapollock, that subbed in for the strike. Dre with the disc. Dump back to Linda. Linda over to Dre. Oh, looking for the inside shot. Linda loses her footing. Strike with the D there. That was Ellie Fireside Ostengard. Inside shot to Rachel Johnson with the disc. Good downfield defense until now. Oh.
That gives them a chance. You know, they're back in it with they're only down 4 instead of being down 6. That's a big difference.
Yeah, and Surge now out of timeouts.
Yep.
So immediately we see that timeout wasn't really worth it here as we see this look. I feel like it was probably one of those things where you're looking at one person to throw to, and then you see another one of your players come into view, and you're like, oh, I could throw it to them too, but it's like a last-second decision, and
it's like your body can't decide where you want it to go.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, it's still a 4-point lead, so I don't think the Surge are going to be too stressed about this, but it could have been a 6-point lead.
Absolutely. Surge up 13-9, 4 minutes, 46 seconds left here. As the sun is pretty much set, we have a pretty nice skyline out there. Good sunset in Philadelphia. I'm sure the fans are all enjoying that. Yeah, like you've been saying, the Strike have definitely seemed to ramp up their pressure and intensity on defense, and I do think that is paying off so far. Let's see if it continues on this pull here from Alicia Carr. 10 yards or so over half field. Sarah Liang now switching over to the offense. Finds Linda Morse. Quick initiation. Linda, couple pump fakes there on the hook. Emily Shields to Dre DeSabato. Hearing fire calls from what I can only assume is the Strike sideline. As Grace Maroon gets the disc. Finds Linda Morse on the far side. Linda up to Sarah Liang. Back to Linda Morse up line. So far, so good here from the Surge. That's Grace Maroon over to Dre DeSabato, looking to the end zone.
Oh, no.
A little too far for Rachel Alfano.
It was nice that they got the break and got it around to the other side. They just couldn't take advantage.
Yes, we do see the pressure seems to be paying off here from the Strike.
See if the Surge can get it back.
It's Chelsea Semper with the disc, running out of time. Going to shoot deep.
Linda Morris.
Not in Linda land.
Wow, that was close.
Woo. Good grab from Sarah Liang. Finds Dre DeSabato. Dre up the field to Grace Maroon. A little hesitation there from Grace, but she finds Emily Shields anyway. Good upline cut from Dre. Finds a nice around to Sarah Liang.
There we go.
And that'll be bookends for Linda Morse.
Very nice. I was teaching my high school kids bookends, and they thought I was doing antlers. They're like, what are you, a moose?
Oh, my goodness. That is funny. And we see Grace Maroon throwing up some antlers there for Linda Morse.
Really nice around there.
Yeah. Just
open the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Took the words right out of my mouth. that's just how you play offense on an ultimate frisbee field. You use the whole field.
Best way to do it.
It makes it very, very difficult for the defense.
Let's see if the surge defense can kind of raise their intensity to the level that the strike have.
Yeah, I think a break here could potentially take the wind out of their sails for the strike. But let's see, as this disc will sail out of bounds
and under the under the stands again.
Wow, those bleachers undefeated.
They're like a black hole sucking the discs in.
Yep.
Some little kid's gonna have a treasure trove.
It's a good look for any trolls hiding out under the stands, but Erica Bacon finds a new frisbee. She will take the disc. She'll center the disc where the disc went out. Start from there. You see a nice little initiation play here. Looks like a call on the field.
It's a pick.
I gotta imagine this Danielle Byers and Emma Soilis matchup has been fiery, as we see.
Just a
Yeah,
lack of focus there.
Bad drop. I believe that's Michaela Daly. As Allie Milligan will start us off. Centers it to Sumionui. Finds Emma Soilis upfield. Emma pumps the deep. Finds Raha underneath. Raha's going to shoot it, though. And that's Jess Brand for the goal.
Very nice.
And wait. There is a call on the field. Oh, yeah, here come the boos. Here they come.
The Boo Birds. I can only imagine it's a travel call. What else could it be?
I think
A pick?
it's hard to tell whether the Surge players are signaling for a pick or a touchdown right now. But it is going to be called a goal. I do think it was a pick.
But it wasn't involved in the play.
Exactly. So Jess Brand will get her goal. Shout out to Jess Brand. Another just Philadelphia area legend. Had the great pleasure of being Jess's teammate on Westchester Loco, and
Nice.
she is an exquisite player. She's really fun to watch. One of my favorites for sure. So shout out to her.
All right, they did get their 6-point lead. It's now
Okay.
15-9.
That's the quick maths for you.
I'll do the math for you.
I don't know what I would do without you, Lisa.
You have to keep track of all the players. That's the harder part.
Yeah. I can read numbers. I just can't add them.
We got about 1:50 left in this quarter.
Surge D-line. We have Linda Morse going to be pulling this. I believe that's K-Spa next to her. Raha Muzaffari, Sarah Liang, Caroline Weinberg, Kat Harper, and Yana Graham. Nice pull here from Linda. Alicia Carr with the disc in the center of the field.
Ooh,
Shooting
up.
deep right off the bat. Looks like this one's going to be completed.
Very nice.
Nice grab from 47 there. Tori Gray with the disc. Up the field to Sarah Moonshine.
Linda Moore smartly dropped off and took the deepest threat.
Good around. Finds Danielle Byers. Good cuts from Sarah Moonshine. Gets open. Ooh, looks like an errant throw here. Maybe not.
Amazing layout grab.
Wow.
Thought Linda was going to get that one.
That's number 15, Captain Chelsea Semper with the great layout grab to save that one.
Keeps him in striking distance.
Relatively, yeah. 1:08 left here, the third. Surge will maintain this 5-point lead for now.
Let's watch this amazing layout grab again.
Yeah, really great shot here from Alicia Carr as we rewatch this sequence. And yeah, it looked like an errant throw, but wow.
It looked like it almost popped out of her hand, too.
Yeah, wow. What a grab. Talk about throwing your receiver to the space.
Laying out on turf is not pleasurable either.
No, definitely not.
It doesn't have the same give as grass.
A lot harder on all the joints. But this is a beautiful sight here to see. Lovely, like you said, nice little summer night we got going on here. Nikki will start with the disc, centers to Dre, finds Emily Moeller. Back to Nikki Ross, looking for that big IO backhand. Sarah Hironet is down there with space. Oh! What?
It was like tipped to herself, tumbling sideways, somehow pulled
Sarah
out the air.
Hironet with a crazy grab, a bobble, and then a grab. I don't even know. We're going to have to wait to see this on replay.
I don't think she's going to be embarrassed like Lane was. She's just going to be proud.
No, oh my goodness. Here's the replay. Wow. She reached behind her.
To be doing that all while you're tumbling sideways is impressive.
Wow. What a grab. Back to the 6-point lead. Look at that.
So let's see if they can finish this half a little more strongly. Like, if they get the chance to score, they should put it in.
Yeah, and you can't sub in your offense anymore, so you're gonna have to rely on your defense, which they've been doing for the entirety of this game, just about, and it has paid off. So as we see Lane Dodge getting ready to pull, I also see Sumi Onoe to her right, Raha Mozafari to her left, Sarah Liang, Allie Milligan, Jess Brand, and Emma Soilis. Blue strike looks like we have. I'm not even going to try to go off my memory here. I'm just going to let the pull go up. I believe that's Stephanie Rupp with the disc up to Michaela Daly. Back to Stephanie Rupp, 30 seconds.
If the strike is smart, they'll try to use up all this time and not give the Surge a chance to score.
Yeah, there's no reason to rush here. Just hold on, keep possession, take as much time as you need. You see Erica Bacon and Stephanie Rupp working well together. Up the field for a big gainer to Danielle Byers. Over to Stephanie Wood. Up the field, back to Stephanie Rupp. 3 seconds. So time has expired now. Minnesota strike, work the disc over to Stephanie Wood. In for the goal is, I believe that's Michaela Daly.
That was well done by the strike to use up all the time and score.
Yeah.
5-point game.
End of the third quarter there. Going into the fourth. Do we have any more ad reads to do? I think we have one more, so we'll give a shout out to Adam Cratch. Adam Cratch with Cross Country Mortgage is here to help with all your mortgage needs and is also an amazing player and contributor to the Philadelphia Ultimate community. I can confirm that. Adam has helped dozens of Philadelphia Ultimate community members buy their perfect home and also offers special programs for first-time buyers. Find Adam near Gina Wary's 10 today. And we're just going to kick it off to a quick ad break, and we'll be back here for the start of the fourth quarter. And we're back here live at Vitus Field in University City. Told you it was a quick break, and that it was. Also like to let you guys know that this live broadcast is brought to you by the Premier Ultimate League. The PUL is a 501c6 nonprofit. This league has been community funded since day one, and we are so grateful for the support. We ask that you consider donating to help us continue to transform and fulfill our mission. Head to premierultimate.com to donate today.
I also want to give out a shout out to Gina Weary, Remax Ready Realtor. She proudly sponsors Surge. Gina has been playing Ultimate in the paddock community for over 30 years and is a local Philadelphia Ultimate legend. When you're ready to buy or sell a home in the Philadelphia area, contact Gina at ginaweary.com. That last name is Wherry, ginaweary.com. Or find her at her tent near the merchandise and ticket today.
All right, so fourth quarter action here at Vitus Field in beautiful University City, Philadelphia. The sun is just about set. Got a nice skyline out there that you can't see. It's behind the camera, unfortunately. The Surge will get set to pull here on defense.
It's one of those beautiful nights where it's not humid. It just feels so pleasant to be outside.
Truly. We couldn't have been luckier with weather today. For the Surge defense, we have Emily Muller getting set to pull.
Let's see if we can bring home 2 ultimate victories for the Philadelphia fans tonight.
Oh, man, nothing would make this community happier. Well, I guess maybe 2 trophies in their respective professional leagues would probably make them happier. But for one night only, if we can get 2 wins in Philadelphia, we'll take it as Emily Muller sends this pull well down the field. Stephanie Rupp will field it, directing Michaela Daly to get some free yards there. Yana Graham on the mark. Good.
Minnesota Strike really feel like they're going for it. They're not giving up yet.
No, it's still a lot of gas in their tank, it would seem. Stephanie Wood and Michaela Daly working well together in the handler space. Up the field to I lost my roster notes here. It's Danielle Byers on the far side. Quick flip up to Michaela Daly, who's going to shoot for the end zone.
Very nice.
That's a goal, I believe. That was Emma Poirier.
That was quick work by the Strike.
Yeah, and that's kind of how this offense has to operate for the rest of the quarter. Ideally, you come out here on defense and you just play defense the rest of the game if you want to win.
Right.
Let's see if the Surge can stop that.
And though I love a lot of hucking, this might be a time to be a little more conservative and make sure to work it in and go for something that you're pretty certain is going to be received well.
Yeah, I think taking as much time off the clock is probably your number one priority here. Really just got to commit to the grind. I was going to say that it's pretty impressive that the Surge, like we mentioned, are missing a lot of their top-end players, but depth-wise are able to come out and have this good of a showing. Really just speaks to the state that the Philadelphia women's ultimate community is in right now and how really it is truly thriving since the instatement of this team into the Premier Ultimate League.
It is amazing and there are a bunch of players that are not even dressed who are even more depth to the team.
Yeah, I agree. It's Nikki with the disc here up the field to Natalie Bova. Natalie Bova, there's that patented Natalie Bova backhand.
Wow.
Great grab from Emily Shields.
Okay, they ignored everything we said and they just hucked it anyway.
Whatever.
And it worked.
Hey, goal's a goal. You see your shot, you got to take it. It's good to see Natalie firing that backhand off. I know she was a little bit down about getting hand blocked in the New York gridlock game. Great to see her overcome that and just let this one rip.
Yeah, it was a nice stretch by the receiver, too.
Great grab from Emily Shields there just to secure that.
All right, let's see if the Surge can slow the Strike down at all. I mean, maybe they score, but maybe it takes a couple minutes, not so, 30 seconds, 40 seconds.
Yeah, so if you're the Strike, your offense was just watching that happen. You're thinking to yourself, yeah, we need to do that.
Right.
And
yeah. If I would be expecting them to be hucking a little bit more because that's going to be a quick score.
And they have been hucking to, quite a bit of success. I don't have the stats. Outside of a couple, mistakes in terms of matchups down the field, their hooks have been working. So let's see if they continue to do so as Michaela Daly finds Erica Bacon. And, yep, there it is. Shot deep, looking for Stephanie Wood. Yana Graham in chase. Ooh.
I don't know. It might have been a foul there. Doesn't look like she's calling it.
Yeah, a little bit of bump and grind there, but I think it was okay by Stephanie Wood.
I might switch their force instead of forcing a line, maybe force middle, because when you force a line, you're just giving them that open huck.
Right. It's definitely a viable strategy. We'll see if Serge thinks the same. As Raha finds Sarah Liang in the dub space. Sarah in the middle to Jess Brand. Jess Brand up the field to K-Spa. K-Spa, Caroline Weinberg. She's going to shoot deep for Yana Graham. Yana secures it. Pumps Emma. Finds K-Spa. It's looking like a call is made. Pick. And the disc is tapped in. Yana looks up the field.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's unfortunate.
Looking for Sarah Liang. Looks like Sarah Liang is calling an injury here. Not sure what's happened. She is able to walk off on her own power. My guess is a cramp.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Emily Muller will sub in. Strike with another chance here on O. 9 minutes, 19 seconds left. Down 5. And we are live once again. Stephanie Rupp with the disc. Back to Emma Peasley. Scuber. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was Erica Bacon to Emma Peasley. Now Danielle Byers with the disc. Back to Erica Bacon. Nice gainer to Stephanie Wood here. Back to Erica Bacon. There's the flick again. Shot. Danielle Byers.
It's working.
Wow.
Well, the striker hanging around.
Indeed.
It's up to the Surge to close the door here, and they're just leaving it a little bit open.
8 minutes, 54 seconds left. Strike need a break here if they want to keep this momentum rolling as we look at this replay. Erica Bacon just putting on a clinic.
Love that flick huck.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Beautiful shot. Right into Danielle's breadbasket. If you're going to look to throw to Danielle Byers deep, especially with Emma on her, you're going to have to put it well out in front, and you cannot leave it hanging, and that's exactly what Erica Bacon
really
did.
Just perfect.
Serge getting ready to receive.
I'm starting to get tense again.
Feeling it?
Feeling a little tense. The momentum has shifted. We'll see the Surge take it back here.
My gut says we're safe, but I'm not going to rule out the strike just yet. See Dre DeSabato pick it up. Free around, essentially, to Grace Maroon, who is unmarked.
Wow.
She's going to let it rip, looking for Linda Morse. 2 strike defenders in chase.
Wow.
It's not enough.
That was something.
I don't think they're going to be leaving Grace Maroon unmarked anywhere on the field anymore.
I could have told him that. That was a bad mistake.
Yeah, I think any one of us from Philadelphia could have mentioned that.
She's got both
to
the
them.
flick and the backhand huck. You don't want to be leaving her unmarked.
Take a look at this shot. This one just sailed. It just kept sailing, and then it just dropped.
I mean, the thing that's so amazing is that she's only, 20 years old, maybe 19.
Yeah.
Just to have the wherewithal to pull that off,
Fearless.
Exactly.
Love to see it. So another quick score. Literally less than 20 seconds.
All right, I'm feeling a little less tense now.
Okay. I was going to say, I think we might be in the clear.
It's, still 8 minutes, a lot of time.
It's true, and this game has just been long. Is it just me?
I think it's our timekeeper. He doesn't, leave anything, doesn't leave the clock running at all.
Yeah, he's a real professional. Emily Muller with another good pull here. I believe Erica Bacon fielded that up to Stephanie Rupp. Stephanie with the backhand to Danielle. Quick flip to Erica Bacon. Yep, that's another flick hook. Quite a bit of pace on this one. Not enough height,
Didn't have the air, yeah.
But it's very clear that the Strike know what they have to do.
Yeah, they know they've got to get as many scores in as quickly as possible.
So, love to see them operating with that type of urgency. Thinking maybe if that's, how they started this game out, it would have went a lot smoother. I feel like earlier in the game they were a little more hesitant to hit those deep shots, or at least set themselves up to take those deep shots.
And I think their defensive intensity didn't really rise until they got, in a hole.
Right.
If they'd come out with that kind of intensity early on, it might have been a different game.
I agree completely. Emily Muller with the disc.
Having trouble getting off this end zone line.
Yep, finds Raha Mozafari. Good defense from the Strike O-line as a deep puck goes off.
I think that was just a get it out of here.
So, yeah, that was, I guess, the intention, but the disc sailed out of bounds quite early. Didn't come back in, so the Strike are going to have this disc in the end zone to start.
Oh, no. That backfired.
Yes, I would say. 7 minutes left. Erica Bacon with the disc. Nice break. Finds Michaela Daly. Good cut there from Stephanie Wood. She's open. She'll get it. 5 yards out. Nice inside shot there. Finds Michaela Daly for the score.
Yeah.
Cutting the deficit to 4 points now.
Good job, Sean. You did the math.
Yeah. Gets easier when there's numbers are like 8, and there's a 4. That type of math I can do. Here's the replay. Let's look at this inside flick shot because it was truly beautiful here. Just
right under arm there.
wow.
Wide open.
Cheeky. Some would call that cheeky.
All right, 4-point game. Keeping the pressure on.
Yeah, we see Erica Bacon now swapping over to the D-line. And I think, with a veteran like her, you kind of need to do stuff like that.
You just want the good hands in for every point.
Exactly. If you have a break chance to have someone like Erica Bacon picking up the disc, makes the rest of your team kind of feel
secure.
At ease. I was going to say secure is definitely a better word for it. As Nikki will catch this pull and center it to Dre DeSabato. Back to Nikki Ross. Over to Natalie Bova. Natalie Bova centers to Dre. Finds Emily Shields on the sideline. Little backhand to Sarah Hironet. Advancing the disc up the field. Back to Dre DeSabato. Good communication here from Dre to get Linda to take that cut inside just to beat her defender and be wide open. Just see a little swapping here from the Strike defense.
Oh.
Pays off. Good mark there. I believe that's number 21, Sarah Moonshine with the hand block.
Up there goes the.
She's going to throw it deep.
Ill-advised huck. I mean, the huck. It was a good opportunity. It just didn't.
Yeah, it looks like a
little
execution error there. Love the idea. Chelsea Semper was streaking deep, open. That's a shot you got to hit.
Yeah, just need a little flatter.
Nikki Ross, quick inside flick to Linda. Linda's going to shoot it immediately. Looking for Sarah here, and a little bit too far.
I'd like to see the Surge be a little more patient.
Yeah, a little bit of game sense can go a long way here. Just possess, and you'll win this game.
Exactly.
No reason to give the Strike any more opportunities. So we see another
It's up
deep
again.
puck. This one looks like it could be good. Ooh, tough read there. Number 9, Sarah Helms. Looks like she lost her footing a little bit. Good pressure applied there from Rachel Alfano.
Perhaps one of the reasons the Surge are, being a little less conservative is that the marks are really good and the D is really good, and so they're getting to high stall counts, and they don't have many options.
Absolutely. Okay, let's try it again. Linda Morse shooting deep, this time for Natalie Bova. Believe that was number 47, Tori Gray with the D. Strike will call a timeout.
I think this is their last one, too.
I was going to say, I do think it might be their last one. But I don't know for sure.
We've still got a 4-point game. 4 minutes, 23 seconds to go.
Yeah. Strike need to score this one for sure if they want to stay in this game.
Thank you to Discraft, the official disc sponsor of the Premier Ultimate League since 2019. 4 years and counting. You can visit their website at discraft.com for all your disc sport needs.
Coming out of the timeout, we have Surge's D line coming in. A couple swaps here for the Strike. Get some of their offensive players in here. I want to say that's Michaela Daly starting off with the disc on the far side. Good pressure from Jess Brand, but Stephanie Wood's going to come down with it.
Maybe they should be doing some straight-up marks to try to cut down these fast hucks.
Yeah, I like that idea as we see Kat Harper kind of flash flat there for a second.
Oh, nice second
Emma
chance.
Peasley with a great second effort.
Oh, miscommunication.
Yeah. Tough look there. Sarah Liang will pick up. Finds Raha Mozaffari. She's going to shoot it deep. Looking for Sumionoe. Oh!
I'm really surprised at how much hucking the Surge are doing.
Ooh, an injury call here as Sumionoe will walk off. Not sure what happened there. Maybe
she might have just knocked the air out of her.
I was going to say the same thing. A little bit of pain on her hip and shoulder, potentially. We got the best of the best here. Josh Magoon's on it. We trust him.
I thought she was going to come down with this.
Yeah.
I think she jumped just a tad early. The second effort was really good, too.
It's good pressure there from the Strike defense. I believe that was Emma Peasley. Stephanie Rupp starting with the disc. Finds Stephanie Wood. Up to Emma Poirier. Oh, good clap catch from Ellie Fireside Austin guard. Looking deep. A little too far there. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left. Raha's going to pick up the disc. Real back and forth point here. We haven't seen many of these tonight.
And maybe the strategy for hucking is just to get it away from their end zone, but...
Yeah. A little punt and play D situation. Nice high release backhand break there. A little inside shot from Sarah Liang. Really crafty thrower. Up the field to Kat Harper. Kat Harper shooting deep.
This one looks like it's going to work.
Grace Maroon is there to secure it. Grace Maroon looking for Yana Graham.
Nice.
Yana Graham with the goal.
Love Grace's patience there. Just waited till she was downfield. Nice little inside-out flick.
Great goal. That's 5-point lead. That's a 5-point lead. 2 minutes and 39 seconds left here in the fourth. Do we think this is a wrap? Do we
I think we're getting close.
Getting close?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's interesting that that they did so much hucking that point, because I feel like they're so skilled on offense that they didn't necessarily need to do that. Like, they could have worked it down.
I wonder if maybe the striker, intentionally clamping up on the underneath throws, because there aren't like too many of those open, but when the Surge, finally get an open under, they're looking to just hit one deep immediately.
Yeah, it could be in response to the defense for sure. All right, 2.5 minutes left. It's feeling like it's going the Surge's way now.
Sumi Onoue is okay. She's back on the field for the D-line. Lane Dodge getting ready to pull here. A little outside in backhand, a little bit of roll to that. So Alicia Carr will start with the disc in the middle. Over to 15, Chelsea Semper. Back to Alicia Carr. Over to Rachel Johnson. Nice inside shot. Finds Tori Gray. Up the field, too. I'm not sure who that is. Ooh. But it puts a little bit too much pace on that throw.
Just missed so many chances by just such a little bit.
It's a game of inches, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, like, really good pace from the offense there. Not taking a deep shot, not needing to if you just work the
down.
disc up the field very quickly. It's Raha with the disc. Dumps it back to Sumi. Good to see she's okay. Back to Raha. Up line to Sumi.
Wow, nice grab.
Good grab by Lane. She's going to shoot it immediately, looking for Emma Soilis deep.
Great
Good
grab.
pressure from Tori Gray. The height difference is too much. Emma up the line to Caroline Weinberg for the goal.
And the spike. That was a very nice point. A lot of skill shown all around.
Yeah. Good break there from the Surge. It's now 20-14, a minute and 26 seconds left. So we'll take a look at this replay. Nice grab by Lane there, just no hesitation. One of the best deep cutters is down there. I'm going to put it up. Finds Emma. Emma with some good patience here.
Beautiful.
Quick flip to Caroline Weinberg for the goal.
Surge on their way to a 4-1 record here.
Yeah, which is definitely big, kind of secure their spot as the second place in the division. Of course, New York Gridlock currently sitting at first. Really, I mean, if you're the Surge, obviously at this point you need to just do everything in your power to secure that spot in the playoffs. It's Michaela Daly with the disc here. Back to Erica Bacon. Looks like Surge have gone back to the junky, zony look here. Two-person mark. Yep. Good blade over the top to Danielle Byers. Back to Stephanie Rupp. Surge successfully making strike. Have to take a lot of throws here.
Less than a minute left in the game.
Stephanie Wood on the far side. Back to Michaela Daly. Centers to Erica Bacon. Bacon with a nice chunker up the field. I believe that's Emma Poirier. Pumps the dump up the line. Little dinker to Michaela Daly. Over to Stephanie Wood. Finds Danielle Byers.
Nice mark by Emma Soilis.
Yeah, again, having second thoughts on the backhand around. Backhand break there. Michaela Daly on the doorstep. Quick flip. That's Stephanie Wood for the goal. 20-15. A little under 20 seconds left in the fourth. Are you
Surge
ready to
wrapping this up?
I was about to say, are you ready to call it a wrap?
I'm ready to call it a wrap. I'm confident at this point.
Okay. I am in the same boat. So, fourth quarter here. As time dwindles down, we will see a buzzer beater situation. However, if the Surge, hold on to the possession, There's no need, obviously,
Right.
but
Maybe just for the fans.
I was about to say you have
We'll
a
give it a
lot of
shot.
fans here. They're here for a show. You might as well throw it up.
They haven't been hesitant in the last quarter here. They've been putting it up pretty frequently.
See, I believe that's Alicia Carr getting ready to send this pull down the field. Let's see if there's any trickery that goes on here. Maybe a shorter than normal pull, or I
A
don't
roller or something?
know. Yeah, you never know. Nope. Just a good old pull. Really good pull. Emily Muller up to Dre DeSabato. Back to Emily Muller. Finds Grace Maroon. Linda's cutting underneath. Dumps back to Emily Muller. 9 seconds left. Emily Muller looking deep. Puts up a backhand. It's going to be short.
Ooh!
Whoa, Linda Morse grabbing,
Yeah!
quick throw. Wow. Sarah Hiernet for the goal. Will they count it?
I don't know.
The observers are signaling yes.
Wow. Nice
There you
way to
go.
end the game.
The fans are happy. What a shot.
Here's a replay.
This is almost like a greatest attempt from Linda Morse here. She just grabs it and throws it almost
It's like
within
a
the...
scuba?
I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. Way to attack the disc and then just immediately, it's just a backhand, just blade. A backhand blade.
That was
Wow.
awesome. Gorgeous.
So that'll do it for us here. I do believe we will have a little highlight package for y'all if y'all just stay tuned with us as the Surge take home this W, 21-15. You know, a good showing for Minnesota Strike. I really did like how they kind of, you know, they're using a lot of players on both sides of the ball, and I think that kind of speaks to the type of team that you have and character and things like that.
Minnesota definitely did not, give up. They
As
really
we-
wanted it.
As we see a little highlights here early on in the game. I think this was the first couple points. Danielle Byers really just had an awesome game there. I think she had like 3 of the first 4 strike goals, so shout out to her. Tucker, the nice little off-balance flick there. Here's some of these deep throws from the strike. A lot of great plays made from both teams all night. Very entertaining game.
Definitely. Really enjoyable. Lots of amazing plays. Players. Great effort.
Yeah, that was a great grab by Grace Maroon. The Philadelphia Ultimate community is a happy one tonight, for
Indeed.
sure. I believe there's an after party somewhere. I'm
Two
not going
dubs.
to go, but I'm sure it's going to get really rowdy tonight. If you're around, go ahead. I think it's at Love City or something like that. I'm getting the thumbs up. It's at Love City. Go check that out. Get a couple brewskis. There's that grab by Sarah Hiernet. I'm still mind-blowing.
The acrobatic grab.
Yeah. The backhand from Natalie Bova. Great grab from Emily Shields there. Here's Caroline Weinberg finding Yana Graham. And then here we have the Erica Bacon forehand clinical package. Forehand clinic. How to throw a beautiful forehand by Erica Bacon. The inside flick from Stephanie Wood there. We wrap this highlight reel